Okay, thank you, everybody. We are live. Welcome to our first Harford County delegation meeting for the legislative session this year for 2025. I do want to let you know that this meeting is being streamed and recorded on our YouTube and embedded into the MGA website for viewing purposes of our public. During the meeting, we ask that comments and questions are brief and concise because we are always limited on time. So I'm going to start with a word of prayer. Real quick, do we have Delicate McComas? She's actually calling on my cell. So if Paige, if you could reach out to her and see what's going on. Okay, meanwhile, I'm going to open us for a word of prayer, and it's better because it's being streamed if everybody just remains seated. Bow your heads. Lord, we thank you and we are grateful for yet another day to come to the Maryland General Assembly to serve you and also the people of Maryland, and more concise to those folks that voted for us in Harford County. May we always have the will of the people in mind when we make our decisions, when we're voting on Harford County delegation bills, and then move on to the House floor. Thank you again for this day, and welcome everyone that has joined us this morning. Thank you. Amen. And then if I could have Delegate Griffith, would you like to start us in the pledge? And the same thing, if everyone just remains seated, that's what they would prefer. So, Delegate.
Please join me in the pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, Delegate Griffith. I appreciate that. And we're going to move a little bit on the agenda. We have a guest, which is our county executive, Bob Castley. He has other meetings today and will be in and out, but we are going to give him the opportunity to address the delegation this morning before we start our 2025 session.
All right, thank you very much, Teresa. I just asked for a few minutes. You hear me okay? Am I all right? I just asked Teresa for a few seconds just to say hello. A happy new year to everybody. I want to thank you all for serving Harford County citizens in Annapolis for the next 90 days. I look forward to some great work. My staff and I are here to support you. So please don't hesitate. I've got obviously people that know public works. We have engineers. We have people in the law department. So if you need an opinion, you need something, we're here to support you, answer your questions about Harford County and how what you're doing might impact. My real biggest ask for you all is that the last time that Annapolis faced such a severe budget shortage, they responded by dramatically shifting over to the counties an inordinate burden of trying to make ends meet. And we just quite simply can't afford that. That's not where we are this time. And I'd ask you to please do everything you can to keep the ultimate solution from being shifting increased burdens to the county. I see we have Senator Gallion on there. Obviously, the same for the Senate. Larry Richardson will again be a representative down there. Will be participating in MACO, and I'll be coming down on occasion, but not overstaying the welcome. Glad to meet with you when I'm down there. Saw a number of you yesterday. Sorry to get around to see everybody, but it was quick and dirty. So with that, thank you. Thanks, Teresa, for inviting me, and I look forward to seeing you all throughout the 90-day session. Best of luck. God bless you all.
Well, thank you for joining us this morning, and thank you for always being willing to, take our phone calls as we're down here during the 90 days. And just to follow up, so if any of the delegates or senators have any questions about specifically like legislation that we're addressing on your behalf or what have you, is it Mr. Richardson that we're reaching out to?
So look, I'm going to leave it up to you all individually. You're welcome to call me. Larry's going to be down there. If you want to give me a call directly, you all got my cell number. I won't be overwhelmed. There's not that many in the delegation. I can take your individual calls if you want, but feel free, if it's more convenient to do, pitch it to Larry and he'll get it to me. But you want to talk to me, give me a call, and I'm in and out of meetings so much. It's always better if you text me and say, hey, call me at 2:30 or something like that. Then we won't bounce back and forth too much. Okay.
Thank you. Good information to know. Thank you so much. And you have a wonderful day. Thanks.
You too. Thank you. Take care.
Okay, so now we're going to move on to the official business. We have old business, and I'm not sure if Delegate McComa, she's having problems getting on the link, so we resent that to her. So if I could have, how about the Delegate Arkin, could you make a motion to approve the minutes from February the 15th, 2024? And then I would need a second.
Move to approve minutes.
Second?
Second.
Okay, we have a first and a second. Paige, did you get those names? Okay, thank you. So do we have any questions or any kind of opposition or comments on the approval of the minutes from February the 15th? Seeing none, the minutes have been approved. Thank you. Moving on to new business, we're just basically, this is just a procedural overview. I do want to mention, again, we hopefully still haven't gotten with the Aegis, but hopefully we will still continue with the Aegis articles. Remember, our delegates in the centers, we get 1 week to actually do an article that goes into the Aegis paper, which is published in on their Friday paper. The article, we will send this information to you later after today's meeting, but just a reminder, the articles are once a week. They start on, I think, the first week in February, which is 2/7. We will stick with the same order as we have the last several years. If there's something that you want to switch, maybe with another delegate or a senator, please work that out on your own. But then make sure if you do that, that you get that information to Paige, which is our delegation secretary. Paige, if you want to wave your hand, she's been here for a while now, so she's doing an excellent job. Thank you, Paige. The articles, just as a reminder, but again, you will get this in writing. The articles have to be between 650 to 700 words. The article has to be submitted to the Aegis at the appropriate place and email address the Wednesday prior to the Friday publication. And she will send that out. So that's for the Aegis. We also need to talk about, again, next week, we will go ahead and start with our liquor bills, our Harford County liquor bills, because remember the meeting, the hearing for Alcohol Day always comes on a certain day, and it's like the 3rd, 4th week of February. We don't have that date as of yet, but we need to have all of our liquor bills. So if any of you have dropped a bill in your name for Harford County liquor bill, make sure that you contact Paige, get that on our agenda. Because we do have to vote on the bill and then vote on it as a Harford County delegation bill before it's dropped. Please do not drop any liquor bills before they're voted in the delegation. We will take those up first due to time constraints. I believe this year, when I looked back to the minutes, I was like shocked when, Paige came back to me and said our last meeting last year was February 15th. I said, wow, that was awful early, but it was early because we banged out those liquor bills and came to a consensus and got them through. And we didn't really have any other Harford County bills that were real contentious last year. So we'll do the liquor bills first. If there's any other bills that are not liquor bills, they will come right after that. So make sure if you have any bills that are strictly Harford County, again, do not drop it. Wait until we discuss it in the delegation and we have to vote it as a Harford County bill, and then it is, put in the hopper. So as soon as we get through all the bills and things, then basically our meetings, for the session it ends. Also, so that's the liquor bills, most important. Then the other bills will come next year. Wow, that was quick. Next week, we always have the elections for chair and vice chair on our second week of session to go ahead and get that worked out. So keep that in mind. So we may have people coming around. So we'll have that for next week and have motions for chair and vice chair. If anybody, I think that's it. Oh, no, I'm sorry. We have one more thing. We have the scholar reception that we do every year. That's at the end of session in May. Last year, for those who came, we had to change it up a little bit because the community college could not host us because of the new building. So we had it at the Bel Air High School. It worked out, I thought, phenomenal. It looked very professional. I kind of like that venue. So I would like, those that attended and knew what it was at the college and knew what it was at the school, see if we want to remain at the school. I believe we would have to anyway this year to remain at the high school. But I thought it was very well attended. It was very professional, and everybody did a phenomenal job. Janine was our delegation secretary at the time. Absolutely awesome. So if we can repeat exactly what she did, that would be great. She did a phenomenal job, and we really appreciate her for that. But it takes a little bit more work having it at the high school, I will admit. So we need people to jump up and help. And I do want to thank all your staff for that particular reception. I do get a lot of your staff that come and participate and help out. So hopefully that will continue as well. So, talk it up to your staff and get them involved. And hopefully your presence could be there, because it is a really great time to honor the top 3 students of all of our high schools. It's a great honor. Their families absolutely love it. The superintendent and their staff, they appreciate it, because nobody else does anything like this. And we've been doing it, apparently, this was way before me, for decades. So I would hope that we would continue it, but that's something we have to discuss as well, because we have to raise funds for that. Just like you have to raise funds for your campaign, the delegation has to raise funds to pull this event off. So when it comes to, Paige, to have to write those letters for donations to businesses, if you know any other businesses, seems like it keeps dwindling. Every now and then we'll get a new person, a new donor. But if you could also speak it up to your individual donors to make sure that we have enough money to be able to, pull this event off. And like I said, we do a great job, in, being, physically responsible in what we do. I mean, it's hors d'oeuvres, sweets, and soda, water. So hopefully when that time comes that we, can look to you all to see if we can get some more donors to send letters to. And I see a question from Delegate Steve Johnson.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Can you get us a list of the donors we already have so we can maybe go out and get some new donors?
Sure, absolutely.
Thank you.
Yep, we can do that. Okay, thank you for that. Reception right now for that, before we move on to the next, on the scholar reception, we do, because we always like to keep a little bit back so that we have something to start with. So I believe it's somewhere around $2,000 that we have. But the event costs us somewhere, around 35. So, it's not like we need, $10,000 every year. It's just, small amount. So every little bit helps. And we appreciate your support in that. Now I'm going to leave it open. That's all that I had on my agenda that we needed to bring up. If there's something else that one of the members would like to discuss as far as procedure, now is the time. Just raise your hand in the chat. Delegate McComas. Okay, you have to unmute yourself. Delegate.
Okay, I'm here.
Okay.
All right. The real quick question. I have a bill that I have to put in for the town of Bel Air. It has to do with the Historic District Commission and Appeals. So the question is, since it's not a countywide bill, do you want me to just put it in my name or do you want it because it's just for one municipality? And literally the Bel Air Historic Commission recommended this, and the mayor provided me with the copy, and it's been vetted by everybody. So I just wanted some clarification if that's going to be a delegation bill or if it's just going to be,
I did briefly speak with the mayor in reference to that, and it was under my assumption that since it was Harford County, even though it's a municipality, a town, we always put bills in for towns.
Okay.
We have bills from Aberdeen, liquor bill, this or that. So I do believe I can maybe get confirmation from McKinsey, but it is Harford County, so it will have to be as Harford County.
All right. I just wanted some clarification.
Yeah. So if you bring that to us and we get it on the agenda, like right away afterward, like I said, the liquor bills are really simple this year. So we should be on that one by, 2 weeks.
Okay. Thank you very much.
You're welcome. Okay. And we do have new council, and this year, and we have Mackenzie Donaldson. She's off camera today. But anyway, oh, there she goes. Well, we want to welcome you as well, Mackenzie, to the Harford County delegation. We use your resources and you're, very much here in Harford County. But again, I think this is going to be, fairly easy year. So welcome to our delegation. Get familiar. There's 6 delegates and we have 3 senators. The senators in the Harford County delegation, a little bit different in some. The senators do not vote in our delegation meetings. It's just the delegates. And then they do their own voting over on the Senate side. But we do cross-file identical bills, and we have the House and we have the Senate that we have to work together with. And the chair of the Senate, for your purposes, is Senator Jason Gallion. And we have one of his assistants with us today. And yep, it's for Senator Gallion. We have Jake Taylor. Thank you for being here. We appreciate it. So a lot of times they have a different schedule, so sometimes they cannot be here in person, but they send their staff. It looks like we have somebody here for Senator Jennings as well. And then we also have Senator Mary Delaney James. So there are 3 senators. Delegation, we have currently we have Delegate Susan McComas, which is our vice chair, myself, Delegate Teresa Riley, chair. We have Delegate Arakan, District 7, Delegate Steve Johnson. We have 2 Johnsons, so we have Steve Johnson. You have to always be careful. A Johnson, S Johnson. So Steve is from District 7. We have Andre Johnson up at the top there. He is, I'm sorry, District 34. District 34. And we have my co-delegate in District 35, Mike Griffith. And that is it. Okay. So thank you again. And we will see you next. We'll send you the link and send you all the information. So thank you for being with us today and moving on to throughout session. So welcome.
Thank you very much. I look forward to working with you all.
Okay. All right, and we have Larry, Larry Richardson down in the view there. He works directly with the county executive, the administration. So again, for everybody's purposes, you heard the county executive, Bob Castley, said we can call him direct, or we contact Larry Richardson. Larry, wave. Okay, everybody, I believe, knows who Larry is. Okay, I don't see anything else on the agenda. I don't see any other questions. So if I have a motion to
Move
close.
to adjourn.
Okay, motion
Second.
and second. Was that you, Steve?
Yes.
Second. All right. See everyone next week.